The world of AI and Microsoft 365 Copilot is rapidly evolving, and keeping up to date on the latest and greatest features and functionality, as well as how to apply them to your processes, is a challenge. So let's review the previous updates from the October 2025 Tech Community blog for what's new in Copilot and how they apply to your work. Hey everyone, my name is Nick Harris, and I'm a senior Copilot cloud solution architect with Microsoft. Welcome to the Microsoft 365 Copilot Connection, where we provide you the latest updates, use cases, tips, and tricks on how to leverage Microsoft 365 Copilot. So, the plan of attack here for this blog post is we're going to look at all of the variety of updates. We will demonstrate those that have been actively rolled out at this time. I will also note to you what type of program this update would be in, whether that be the Frontier program that we're currently running with our customers, if it's generally available or in preview, or finally, if it just hasn't rolled out yet. So, starting off, to create more transparency for all of you, we've directly come out with the Copilot Chat Quality Roadmap. This roadmap is really awesome. It directly provides us all the variety of product areas that Microsoft is investing into for Copilot Chat, and it's providing you visibility in terms of what are the features are we working on and what are the features that have recently come out. So you'll see here, for example, we're in the personalization section. There's this in development area, and we can see things like past chat reference, reuse details from earlier chats without repeating yourself. So some of that Copilot memory being built in as example. Maybe here's some additional ones, temporary chat mode. That way nothing saves to Copilot memory or memory based on prompts as well. Screenshots are always really nice. So you can directly dive into all the core sections here on file grounding, imagery, so on and so forth, and stay up to date with what's happening in Copilot Chat. I'll have the links in the description below as well. We've also made some updates when it comes to GPT-5. Specifically here, if you recall back around the fall timeframe, there was a toggle switch to try GPT-5. GPT-5 is now the default experience, and this does now provide you a model picking experience. If you navigate into Copilot Chat here in the top right hand corner, you'll see that you'll have options where you can either allow the AI to choose should it provide a quick response or should it think even more deeply and reason over your ask. Now, even further from that, there have been additional announcements over the last few months. You'll have this more drop down now as well. This does give you access to the latest and greatest for GPT 5.2, and that does allow you to select from a quick thinking style mode or a think deeper style mode. I highly recommend trying out 5.2 Think Deeper. Fantastic responses. We're also adding additional updates for Copilot Chat when it comes to your calendar management. As a part of the first update, what you'll be able to do is search for your meeting data based on additional meeting data properties, things like the attendees of that meeting, for example. Also, delegate mailbox access for calendars will be accessible. And if you do have any category tags aligned to your meeting, you'll be able to leverage those with natural language prompts in Copilot Chat to pull out a filtered list of meetings. All of these updates should be rolled out at this time for licensed users. As general note from our Ignite updates, we will be enabling Outlook, mailbox, and calendar based functionalities through Copilot Chat for unlicensed users as well. To my awareness, that update is not yet in place. I do expect it to be coming out here over the coming, hopefully, 1 to 2 months. We'll have to wait and see. It also does appear that Bing web cards should be actively rolling out. I will say, in terms of this visualization of data, through some extensive testing, you can see not there yet in Copilot Chat. So hopefully coming in the not so distant future. We've also rolled out the Copilot Chat API for any of our developer friends out there if they want to take advantage of API calls. There have been some additional improvements that have been announced and released for Microsoft 365 Copilot Search. Just as a very quick review, You have the ability now when you navigate into search here on the left to show my content. This gives you an easy access area where you can dive in and prompt against that content that you're actively working on if you're trying to search for any form of data or even correlated or related data. You also have the ability to prompt based on people based results as well. I could say, who is Corey? And it will give me a full list of person based results, and in this case, a natural language response directly from Copilot chat that I could then review based on that people information. So there we go. And finally, now, as the last example, improvements around data relevancy, giving you more accurate results, and the ability to preview that data with interactive card entries. So, for example, you see I've searched what is Project Falcon. I have my natural language response. I can hover over this entry and click on the overview information. It gives me file data and details for a quick review. I can further prompt. I can see any direct mentions and correlated files as well to dive deeper. A wide variety of ways to access relevant content based on the scenario I have at hand. We're making improvements to the Microsoft 365 Copilot app as well on your mobile devices, where if you open up those Office files, you have quicker access to get file summaries and ask your core questions with Copilot chat in the preview. Now, another new awesome functionality we've released to Teams is the ability to receive an audio recap based on those recorded meetings that you have in your Teams experience. So I've navigated into my Teams calendar and I'm going to click on the view recap option for a meeting as one way to navigate. And you'll now see this brand new audio recap option. If you click on the audio recap option, you'll be brought to the Meet app within Teams. I do highly recommend pinning this app on the left side rail. That way you have quick and easy access. The audio recap is not limited to one single meeting. You can actually catch up on your meetings again within 1 day, 3 days, 7 days. You can pick and choose a style, two speakers, one speaker, two speakers here, more casual, and then select your meetings. This allows you to then get a full audio recap of all of the variety of meetings that are important to you. Really great and useful if you're on the go, if you're traveling, or just wanting to catch up on things without having to read a bunch of text. Copilot in PowerPoint is receiving some updates. Specifically, here you now have the ability to automatically inject AI generated PowerPoint notes. If you navigate to the View tab, you'll have the ability to click on the Notes dropdown, and then this lets you generate speaker notes with Copilot aligned to the current slide that you're on or all slides in your presentation. We'll select for the current slide. You'll now see that Copilot is generating those slide notes, and then we can review. Now, just as a little tip for all of you, if you don't like the original slide notes that it provided and you want to reword them, you can copy the slide note information out, directly navigate into Copilot chat on the sidebar, and feed that data in and tell it the improvements that you want it to make. And directly built into the slide canvas is the ability to click on the Translate this presentation option. If I click on the Copilot button, I can select Translate this presentation. I can select my language of choice. In this case, let's pick Dutch, for example. We'll click Translate, and this will now generate a full PowerPoint file with the translated text automatically in my OneDrive, so I can directly share it with my peers or whomever my audience may be. There we go, we have our presentation. Let's open it up. And there's our translated slides, and we can navigate through, ensure that the data formats are accurate. As another tip, when you translate data, you have to make sure that the text is sized accordingly because text length could be smaller or larger based on the amount of characters or the type of characters, so make sure you're reviewing the slides. Agent mode as a part of Word and Excel should now be readily available for all of you directly inside of the Frontier program. If you're curious about what agent mode is, click on the card at the top of this video so that way you can review all the details on agent mode. So improvements are now being made in terms of your preparation for your meetings directly inside of Microsoft Outlook. First and foremost, we've added a draft button to generate a draft agenda. I do recommend drafting your agendas and then making your modifications from there as a simple test. Also, now available in your meeting experience is the Prepare with Outlook option. This option allows you to select specific prompts to aggregate data that correlates to that meeting information so you can stay up to date and up to speed and prepared for your meeting. This should be available now for all meeting types. Brand new agents are also being made available directly from Microsoft. We're actively rolling out the employee self service agent correlated to HR and IT specific tasks like review of policies and onboarding materials, as one example. The surveys agent is rolling out as a part of the Frontier program, giving you quick and easy access to generate surveys and forms. The App Builder agent, also in the Frontier program, is being made available to assist with Power Apps generation. And the Workflows agent is being made available in the Frontier program for building workflows and process automation inside of Power Automate. Finally, updates are rolling out to the Researcher agent as well. Now, the ability to choose your report length from either short length or long length, depending on the type of data that you may need back, and additional output controls. Here's an example of the output controls at the end of a researcher agent response. You now see I have quick and easier ways to convert the data that it provides me to a Word document, a PowerPoint presentation, a PDF, or even an infographic. It used to be that we would have to send this data to a Copilot page and then do some of that conversion. We're now reducing those steps. Also, the infographic option is pretty new and pretty cool. I highly recommend you try it out. Just to show you an example, I've clicked on the infographic option and now it's building code. This code will provide me a visual report based on the data that the researcher agent originally provided. And here's an example of that infographic. Honestly, I'm really impressed by these. It's been really fun taking customer data that I can obtain and then providing these types of visuals to my customers. Very impressive. So, a nice, clean, organized, lots of good information, even things like timeline of key releases in this case. I highly recommend that you try this out. And finally, for the researcher agent, now the inclusion to pick and choose the particular data sources you want the researcher agent to focus on. It used to be that we would have to explicitly state the sources in our prompts, whether that be referencing files or directly via URL. And now we have this built in sources option where you can directly select and toggle switch sources on and off. Moving on into more IT administrator updates with the Copilot control system, on the public facing Microsoft 365 roadmap, we now make IT administrator specific updates and features that we're rolling out actively available in a new filtering option. If you search for Copilot control system, all one word, I did test with spaces, doesn't work, so it has to be all one word. You'll see all of the IT administrator specific updates in relation to Copilot. The Microsoft 365 Copilot usage report is also receiving updates, providing you further information on total prompt counts at the organization and individual user level. For those users that may have left your organization and agents that they built need a new owner, you'll now also have the ability to reassign agent ownership. Now, as general note, there have been further updates to this with what we now deem as Agent 365, which is a central interface for IT administrators to manage all aspects of agents, including agent ownership. We'll have a video on Agent 365 in the future. And our final update is with the Copilot dashboard for IT administrators and business decision makers. Specifically, here we're now providing additional capabilities for team only views based on specific leaders that you provide access to the Copilot dashboard. This also provides the ability for that leader to provide delegate access for those that they want to view that data as well. So that's it for me for today, everyone. There are a ton of updates that have actively rolled out, and even more that we've yet to even talk about. We will have a video out in the not so distant future on the latest update as of November and December to keep you all up to date on what's actively rolling out today. If you liked this video and you found it useful, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Your support is always appreciated. Leave a comment in the comment section below or ask any questions that you may have. Share this video with your colleagues or subscribe if you are not already. Have a good one, everybody.